well, they're killing their cows, they're banning their fertilizers, they're building hideous transmission lines across otherwise pristine country. And of course, the city people will never see it. It's happening to the country people who did not vote for these policies, and it's wildly unfair, and it is going to cause a lot of tension in the years coming forward. But it's part of this general climate change movement, which seems to have gotten well out of hand. Where do you see this going? Like, will people in the city stop with this net zero garbage when they start erecting wind turbines in front of their favourite beach views, or start chopping down forests? Is there a limit, do you think, that city people will stop and say, wow, this is not what we had actually signed up for?
Yeah, well, there's some would be something poetic if they put up a wind turbine farm along the beaches of Warringah for Zali Steggall and her supporters. I don't see it happening, but it's interesting. Actually, down in Tasmania, you've got Bob Brown and people of his ilk that are campaigning against wind turbines down there because it's a blight on the natural environment. It really is a visual blight, that's for sure. And I got to say, I completely agree with that because I've driven from Canberra down to down south, down New South Wales way, and seen, this beautiful scenery just polluted visually by wind turbines. So the more that people become aware of that, the less they're going to like it. Sadly, again, it only happens in the country areas. It doesn't happen to city folk. I don't know.
Bob Brown's not alone. I mean, he is in the company of his European green peers who are also fighting against wind turbines. That's all come to a head over in Europe because they can't stand the sight of them ruining their farmland or the vistas out into the water.
That's right. And look, I think we're going to probably see more and more of that where the green movement just turns around on itself. I mean, one of the issues right now, we've had a lot of NIMBYs in the cities not wanting anything built near anyone. Now suddenly all of these greens are turning into YIMBYs, apparently, where they're saying we need more high-rise and high-density development to sort the housing problem. So when the city areas find that there's a problem, suddenly they reverse their ideologies, particularly within the green movement. But I think that if something was to happen in Australia, for instance, is what has happened in the Netherlands, where they were talking about just wiping out a whole heap of farmers or wiping out a whole heap of the herd. I think that would probably be the point that a lot of people in the cities would just go, no, this has just gone too far. Enough is enough. And I suspect that's going to happen eventually in Australia. We will get to that point where, this idea that we've got to just be trying to fix the climate from Canberra at all costs is just going to reach a point of ludicrousness that the public will say, no way, no more.